class. How are you doing today? I hope you're having an amazing day and I hope you're ready to do some awesome learning. So today you are going to need your number 4 packet. We're going to do the pink one, so pull out your pink one. So we're going to need the pink. You are going to need your whiteboard or something to write on. You will need these 2 colors. You're going to need these 2 colors today. So you're going to need your red and your yellow. You're going to need those today, and of course a pencil. Okay, so we're going to I'm going to do some lessons. I'm not going to open my packet right away. A little different, keeping you on your toes, okay? So we're going to, as you can see, what is behind me, Madeline? Right, there's the 10 frame. There is the 10 frame. So we're going to go straight into whiteboards. We're going to go into whiteboards. And so you can just write it on a piece of paper. You can write on that pink page. You can write your answers. Remember, don't write too big. Just write small enough that because you're going to be writing lots of different answers. So we're going to be doing 10 frames. Now, with a 10 frame, whenever it is completely full, you know that automatically that is a 10. That is a 10. So with that, let me find my handy dandy marker. Here it is. So we know that is one group of 10. So we always know there is one, that is one group of 10 right here. If I add in here some ones, how many ones do you see, Madeline? 2 more. So that tells you right away we have 10, and then we have 2 more, 10, 11, 12. That is 12. We can also make that into a math problem. We can put that into a math problem. We can say, I want to make sure that you can see, 10 plus 2 equals 12. 10 plus 2 equals 12. 10 plus 2 equals 12. So we're going to kind of do a couple things. We're going to find out what you see. From that, so you're going to be kind of doing a few different things. What you see with the number. So on your board, you're going to, or on your paper, you're going to be having 2 different things. And I'm going to write that a little different because I can kind of see that I'm kind of covering it a little. So if I was writing this on my board, this is how I'm going to want you having answers because we're going to be looking at it different ways. I want to know that it's a 12. I want to know what you see. How much do I have? But on the other side, I want you to turn it into a math problem, an adding problem. And so I would write on the other side, I'm going to go 10, one group of 10, plus my 2 equals my 12. So do you see how I have that? I have the 12, seeing what I see, then I turn it into a math problem, okay? So that is what we're going to be doing. That's what I want you to have on your writing. Whatever your writing material is, I want you doing that. I am going to need to slide that down. I can still see it on the thing, so I want to slide that down a little. So that way I can write it here, so that way you can see it. I can write my answer. Okay, so ready? Here we go. So we're going to do a few of them. So I am, again, everything I have is going to be 1 stick of 10. Always. I'm going to be 1 stick of 10 on this whole activity. Okay, so ready? Okay. So I want you to remember, write what you see, then turn it into an adding problem. This plus this. I'm going to write it on my board, the answer also. So you write yours. Again, remember, what do you see? And then turn it into a adding problem. Okay. So we know this is our 10. This is our 10. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I wrote my 15. Here's my 15. And then I turned it into a math problem. 10 plus 5 equals the 15. So there's mine right here. Now watch this. This is horizontal. I could write it this way. I could go 10 plus my 5 equals my 15. So if, say, you're using a piece of paper, you can definitely write it where it's going vertical. You can make your math problem, your adding problem going vertical. So 10 plus your 5 equals your 15. Okay, ready? Here comes a new one. Okay, you may begin. I'm going to erase mine. Okay, so let's see, Oliver. Okay, so again, we knew we had our 10, right? 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17. So you should have your 17. So here's my 17. I had my 10 plus my 7 equals my 17. So I'm going to kind of do what I want you to do, challenge yourself right now. So erase that answer, and I want you to give me another math problem, but I want it to be 3 numbers you're using to add up to the 17. So we know there is 17. We know our answer is going to be 17 because I'm not taking any away. I'm not adding any more, but I want you to kind of think, how can I write that using 3 numbers? 3 numbers. So I'm going to give you a moment to kind of see. Okay? So one of the numbers you could have went, here's a number. That's a number you could be using in your math problem, in your adding problem. This is how many? You're right, Oliver. There's your 5. And how many here, Oliver? 2. So I can take these 3 numbers and I can turn it into an adding problem. So I can take, and so I would go, I just want to make sure I am in an area that you can see, 10 plus my 5 plus my 2 equals my 17. My 17. Good job, good job. That was awesome. So I took all those 3 numbers, and I turned it into a math problem. An adding problem. So, okay, so ready? Here we go. Get ready for our next one. Okay, begin. Now remember, the first thing you're going to write is how much. Do you see? How much is there? How much is all of this? And then you're going to turn it into a adding problem. Remember the first time you do your adding problem, please only use 2 numbers, and then we'll challenge ourselves to end up doing it with 3 numbers, adding 3 numbers together to get to the answer. Okay, so sorry. Okay, so are you ready for Jocelyn? Okay, so let's see Jocelyn. So Jocelyn had her 19. So how much did we have? She had her 19. There's the 19. That's how much. Then she did her 10. Oops, I'm sorry. Her 10 plus her 9 equals. So she had her 10 plus her 9 to equal 19. 19. Okay, now are you ready for the challenge? Okay, I'm going to erase that. So you erase that also. Erase that off of there, or if you're writing somewhere else. Remember, we're going to equal here. What 3 numbers can you put together? 3 numbers. Now remember, I want this to stay a stick of 10. I want that to stay a stick of 10, so that automatically has to be a 10. And then break these into pieces. Okay. So we know. Okay, ready? So Jocelyn, what is this one here? You're right, Jocelyn, a 10. How many are here, Jocelyn? A 5. And how many here, Jocelyn? 4. Okay, so am I going to add those 3 numbers together? Because remember, these 3 numbers added together will equal that 19. So that means I would go 10 plus my 5 plus my 4 equals my 19. Great job, Jocelyn. Okay, so let me erase. Okay, here we go. Ooh, okay, begin. It's our last one. Remember, please write how much I have, and then turn it into an adding problem. Okay, and this one is for you, Hannah. Okay, so Hannah, let's see. Okay, this is what Hannah has. She said there was 13, so she said she knew this was 10, 11, 12, 13. So there's my 13. She said her 10, her group of 10, plus her 3 equaled her 13. So 10 plus the 3 equals the 13. Okay, here comes our challenge. Our challenge on this one, I want there to be 3 numbers, meaning if I have to have 3 numbers for you to use, you're going to break them into pieces. You're going to break them into pieces. This is going to be a piece, a piece, and a piece. 3 pieces because we want 3 numbers. What 3 numbers are going to equal our 13? Remember, that's our goal, what we're going to get to. Looking at here, what 3 numbers? Remember, this is going to be a piece, this is going to be a piece, and this is going to be a piece. Okay, so this is what Hannah had on hers. So she said this was a piece of 5, this is another piece of 5, and then she said this was a piece of 3. So she took all 3 numbers and she put them into an adding problem. She said 5 plus 5 plus 3 equals her 13. Good job, Hannah. Good job, Hannah. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Okay, so that we are ending on the end of that. So I'm going to see if I can slide that over because I want to add, we're going to start going into some sight words. We're going to go into some sight words. So I have, let me get this off the ground. Here are my sight words. So here's my sight words. As you can see, I color coded them. Let me find a handy dandy magnets. Anyway, magnets. So I'm going to put these up here. We are going to be looking for something. A lot of these are easy sight words. So let me make sure that you can see that. Perfect. Okay, so let's read what these sight words are. I was seeing if I had my handy dandy stick, but I don't. I'm just going to use the red marker to point. Okay, so we have easy one. The, she, what? They, if, for, was, we, you, with, he, I. Now you're going to be a detective. So you are going to be a detective and you are going to be looking for something. What we're looking for is pronouns. Pronouns. So a pronoun is used in place of a noun in a sentence, okay? So instead of me saying my name, Mrs. Sievert, which I am a proper noun, or the word girl, instead of using the word girl, boy, we can use these other words that are going to be used for a noun, So it's going to be for our person. Okay, so on your whiteboard, you're going to be looking at this top row. So these are your 3 choices. One of them is a pronoun. The, she, or what. So I want you to write on your board which one is the pronoun. And I'm going to write what cold is. So Cole, this is the one Cole wrote. So I want to see if you also got this one. Okay, so Cole wrote on his whiteboard, she. She is a pronoun. She is talking about a girl. She is a girl. If you're talking about me, like me, Mrs. Sievert, you're going to use the word she for me if you're going to be using that in a sentence. So she. Okay, ready? Okay, here comes Collins. Colin, this is your row. You have they, if, and for. Which one is the pronoun? Talking about the people. Which one is the pronoun on there? Okay, and let's see. This is what Colin wrote on his board. Okay, he wrote they. They is talking about a group of people. They are going to go to the park. So you know that's a group. She is going to go to the park is talking about one person. They is a group of people going to go. So they is your pronoun. They is your pronoun. Okay, are you ready for yours, Peter? Here's yours, Peter. Ready? Was, we, you. Okay, this one's a little trickier. Okay, just so you know, really look at it. Really look at it. Was, we, you. So right on, which pronouns do you see? Okay. Ooh, I got some of you on this one. I got half of you on this one. Wow. Okay, ready? Okay. Was, we, you. Is was a pronoun? Mm-mm. We, the class, is talking about a group of people again. We. So we want we, but we also want you. We want you. There was 2 in that one. So we want we, and you. We wanted both of those. We wanted both of yous. A lot of you did you, but then you forgot we, or vice versa. Some of you had the we, but not the you. You had one of them down because our other two only had one. So remember, sometimes you got to look at the whole thing and make sure that you aren't missing anything in there. Okay, last one. Last one. Are you ready? Here we go, Olivia. With, he, I. What are the pronouns you see in that one? We got with, he, and I. Oh, Olivia, I didn't trick Olivia this time. Definitely didn't. Okay, so Olivia put on hers, she went he, and she also did I. Now remember, whenever you do I, can we write, when I is all by itself, can we write it like this? No. I is always capital when it's by itself. It could be lowercase if it's going to get other letters with it. So like if I'm going to add another letter and now my I turned into is, yes, 100%, it's going to be lowercase. It's going to be lowercase unless it's in the beginning of the sentence. But I by itself, always, always, always capital. Always capital. Always, always capital. Great job. Great job. Okay. So I'm going to move on to something else. So we're kind of doing a lot of different things. So it's kind of like when I would do the chalkboard and I went over a couple things and then I give you your papers. That's what I'm doing today. A little bit, I guess it's not new. It's new when I'm doing it on TV, so it is a little different than how I was doing it prior. But I know you're gonna do amazing. Okay, so on here, this is when you're going to need these for in the book. So on here, we are going to do halves. If I cut something in half, there's a piece for me and a piece for you. Fourths means there's 4 pieces that are going to be put on there. So we are going to, if you look at my shapes, you can see my shapes. Some of my shapes are cut into 4 pieces, some are cut into 2 pieces. Halves means I have one half, you have the other half. Fourths means there's 4 pieces. Okay, so looking at here, so is this a fourth or is this a half? You're right, Shane. This is a fourth. You see 4 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 pieces, 4 pieces. Barrett, what about this one down here? My diamond. You're right. Barrett said half. Half. 1 piece here, 1 piece here. So that's a half. It's cut into 2 pieces. 2 pieces. What about Alexander? What about this one right here? Yep, you're 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 pieces. Fourth, that would be my fourth. And then my last one, Beverly, what about this arrow that's pointing down? You're right, it's a half. There's a half. There are 2 pieces, a half. Okay, so awesome job on that. Okay, so now I'm going to kind of go through. Very important for you to listen to these instructions, okay? I'm going to give you all your instructions to your whole book. Then you're doing it solo, okay? So good luck. I know you're doing amazing. Again, remember we had our pink packet. Pink packet, okay? Page 1, super easy. It's what you guys have been doing for a while now, is you're going to read your story, okay? This does have a special blend. It does have a special blend, sk, sk, and this long A, t, skate, skate. So we do have a couple words that maybe are a little harder. So we have skate, and you can see, and then you can see what she's doing. She's jump rope. That's what she has, a jump rope. Okay, so read this, answer your 3 questions. That's page 1. Page 2, yes, dictionary. It's the dictionary time. I, again, want you to find some different words, challenge yourself. But this time, I want you to try to use some of your pronouns. I want you using your she, he. I want you to do they, we. I want you to use some of those, okay? So I want you, instead of saying boy, I want you to say, he went to the park. She has a dog, okay? So I want you to challenge yourself on using your pronouns, okay? And next page, this is our 10 frame that we did, okay? So you're going to look at the 10 frame, and you are going to need your scissors. Oops, sorry about that. Your scissors and glue sticks. So cut these out and glue them to where they go. Put them where they go, into the 10 frame. They have the number. Look at the 10 frame, and they're going to go there. Okay. Next page is going to be measuring things that symbolize the United States. So we have Mount Rushmore, we have USA, we have the $1 bill with George Washington, we have George Washington again over here on the quarter, we have our flag, and then we have the White House, So you remember the cubes, you're going to see how long are there. So you're measuring, looking at these cubes, how long are these particular symbols of America. Okay. And this is your last page. It is halves and fourths. Okay. So the halves, so I want you really quickly, you're going to do this really quickly. So if it's a half, it's going to be one with two. So find any one that you want to do, and you're going to color it half. So I'm just going to go on my big one, and I'm just going to show you. So all of my ones that are half, I would do like this. I'm going to color them all red. Anything that's half is red. Meaning if that is going to be, the halves are going to be red, then that means my fourths are going to be yellow. So find just one of them so you have a color code. So here's my color code. Of course it was bigger, but I want you to be able to see it. So just choose any of those shapes over there and make a color code on only two of them. So that way when you go back, you will remember, okay, my halves are red, my fourths are yellow. Okay, so that is your last page in here. Okay, so yes, again, we did the lessons, we kind of did whiteboards, we kind of did those activities, and now, like I would hand out your papers, here you go, here's your paper. Now you're gonna do your pink packet. Okay, class, this is our last packet for the week. So this is if you're doing them each day. So today is Friday. If you finished and this is your last one, some of you might be doing more than one packet a day. Awesome, you finished early this week, but this is Friday, and so you are completed for the week. Awesome job, you have finished week 4. Amazing. So you have an amazing day. Do something fun. Get outside, jump around. Some of you have been riding your bikes, which is awesome. I saw Peter riding his bike. I saw a video of that. It was super, super cool. So yes, definitely. I love seeing those things. So have an amazing day. Remember who loves you. Jesus loves you, and so do I.